Hello everyone. I need to get started. I'm the type of person, I gotta do dishes, clean the counters, clean the stove, and all that before I get started. So it is 15 after 12, almost, and I am just now getting started. I wanted to show you what I dug out. This is my cart. It is so full of stuff to make candies and cookies, and I just threw that self-rising flour on there. I made it stuff with it the other day, but I got the powdered sugar out, different stuff. I'm trying to decide whether I want to make buckeye balls first or the other kind. So let's get started. Let me get you over here. No, I can't do that live, can I? Get you right there. Dan got me some mint. Where's it at? Right here, mint extract. So I use them for my buckeyes. I got so much stuff here on the table. But I can't find my recipe, so I'm just going to have to wing it by heart. But I do have some recipes for some other stuff. Let me look through them. This recipe box belongs to Miss Brianna. I brought it here to get some of the recipes I needed out. And let's see here. Look through this. Some of them you just got to go by your heart what you did. Or you know how your recipes is. You're like, okay. Oh, okay. Here we go. No, that's not it. I got 2 or 3 recipes for meatballs, but the one I'm going to make is not neither one of them. Let me see here. Gooey. And pies. I might do this. That one there. It's hard going through all these recipes. I got a scrapbook in there, and what I'd like to do is copy these all down and tape them into a scrapbook or glue them into a scrapbook and do it that way. That way I just turn pages and there they are. What's these? No-bake cookies. That's something else I kind of like to make. I've just got so much to make. Oatmeal raisin cookies. I had that in mind the other day when I bought the bag of raisins. Oh well, let's see here. Let's just do it. Well, let's just do it. Let's just do it. So, get me a bowl. And I'm going to take some Philadelphia cream cheese. instead of peanut butter. Okay, Pamela, you forgot your towel. Yes, you forgot your towel. Always forgetting something. And I'll put them in that pan. Let's see, where is... There it is. If I don't knock it down on my head like I do sometimes, it's way up in here. I'll ask you a question. We just bought a new gas stove. It's got a bottom drawer. Do you think it'd be safe to put all of our parchment papers, foils, down in that bottom drawer? It sure would be a whole lot easier. And you know how we can get about doing a whole lot easier the older we get. Am I saying I'm old? No, I'm older. Now I got my pan out here, and I will put... where's the room at, Pamela? Where's the room at? Put some parchment paper on this pan. I'll get these to where I can... freeze them. And then I'll do all the dipping later. I'll just put these down in the freezer like so. Okay, now let me put this over here because I will be using it. And get the pepper out of the way. It's laying there on the table. Get the pepper out of the way. Get that pepper out of the way. Let's see. I know we got salt. Where's the salt? Huh. He just cleaned that cupboard out again. I can always tell when my husband is looking in the cupboard to sort, you know, put things where they need to be and all that. I'll use this salt right here. Salt shaker. Okay. Now, first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to set this aside. Hi, sis. Set that aside. And I'll wipe my hands on, what do I do with the towel? Over here. Get my towel. Right here. If I need it. All right. Let's see what we can do here. All righty. 1/2 cup, so that would be get my little cuppies out here. You can see I dried and saved my, these are spaghetti squash seeds, and I saved JC's pumpkin seeds are in there somewhere in a bag. Okay, that says, let me see what we got here. This is 3/4, so that's a whole cup. Yeah, that's a cup. All right, I'm going to double that down. Double, double, double. All right, so we're not going to do creamy peanut butter. We're doing our Philadelphia cream cheese. And I'm looking for all my stuff. Okay, we'll put some butter in that. Butter. And salted. Put some of that in there. I'll probably come across that. It's on my Facebook, down, way down. Me making these, I can't find it. I don't have the patience, I think, is what it is. Okay, let's take and put about 2 tablespoons in. Now we're going to do the powdered sugar. Now I've got some open down here. Tootie and I had this for pumpkin rolls last year, and I put it in the freezer. And it's still good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some powdered sugar. Don't you fall off of there. I'm talking to that pan over there. Some powdered sugar. I'm going to start mixing this up. I'll put this powdered sugar over here. Okay, I'm going to start mixing this up. And instead of use mint. What I'm doing is I'm trying to make my mint buckeyes that they taste like York peppermint patties. Hopefully this is the right kind of mint. We just got this in the mail last week. It is, but it's not really exactly what I want. That's for my mentha cream fudge. See if I got anything over here. Thought I had a little bit. That's almond. What I've got. That is lemon. Oh, shoot. These might taste funny. Ooh, I'm dropping everything out of here. You know why? Because it's not in there right. That's why. I know I had a little thing of mint. Other kind of mint. Where'd you go? You know, do you ever get that way? You're looking for something in the cupboard and you can't find it. You just randomly come across it one day and you're thinking, oh, I got that. And then you go look for it. And where is it at? You can't find it. I can't be down on this one because I just took everything out and I got to put it back in. But have you ever done that? I do it all the time. I gotta find something because, whew, I can smell that dill pickle stuff. Well, there it is. It ain't much, but it might do the trick. This is hiding behind the corner of the cupboard. So now I gotta redo my cupboard. But that's what baking is all about and making candy, isn't it? and get me a drink. I'm sorry I had to do that. A little dash of salt. Hopefully this has got enough in it. It's real peppermint, which I'm going to have him order me some of that. But this was from Kroger, so I might be able to go down there and get it. And get a little bit of this in there. Okay. Now I'm just going to take and start with my clean hands, mixing this all up in here. I know I'm going to need more powdered sugar. Mix that all up good. I just like to do it with my hands. I had him put that mixer back up on that top shelf, and I don't think I want to take it down again. Okay. Yep, more powdered sugar. And I got my hands full here. Let me just take this one and get some more. Till it's the right consistency. So I make these a lot over the years, but I don't know. I'm the type of person, I gotta look at my recipe, and I cannot find it. I'm going to have to go scroll way down on Facebook and find that, because it's got a video of me making these. Taste these up a little bit. You know, I don't like, where is that? I thought I had it on here. Well, there it is. I got this out because I like to, I don't like to see this happen, but it's got to happen. I got to scrape it off my hand. Good thing they're clean. That's why I don't wear my wedding ring when I do this stuff. Let me just give that a little bit of a taste to see where we're at with it. Nah, I better not. I'll just wing it. Need more powdered sugar. Now, with that mint being in there, and you're making these mint buckeyes, somebody asked me to do it one time, or asked me to give that recipe that I did, and so I did. So everybody can make them if they wanted to. But now with this, you can make these buckeyes green. Put green food coloring. That's your preference. I'll take a lot of powdered sugar. I just keep adding it until I see the right consistency. You can also put white chocolate and melt it. And you could make the white green. But you have to have a certain kind of powder or coloring. If you use them little coloring things you buy in a store, there's 4 of them in it, it'll make your chocolate go hard, melting it. I couldn't figure out what happened last year. Me and Mary Lou and JC was making some cake pops. And what happened was you have to have a special, kind of like a special kind, if you're going to do that kind of stuff. Now I'm only doing like a 1/4 cup at a time. So I done 2 tablespoons of butter and a thing of 8 ounces of cream cheese. You just keep mixing it till you get that all mixed up in there. If you have arthritis or anything, it'll flare it up for sure. It's getting there. It's getting there. It's starting to get there. That's why I just do. Now, don't you do that. That thing was going to fall right on my lap. I seen Tanya Fugate last night. She was making pie crust and it kind of tore. And she said, "That's all right." She said, "We'll just roll it back out just as calm as anything." Just as calm as anything. Now, I've got my pie crust made up down in there in my Tupperware containers. I got some made, so I'm going to just leave out until we need them. I'm trying to get this worked up. I can feel it clear up in here. My muscles are moving. Hear that? My muscles are moving. My muscles are moving. Okay. This smells good. Smells like mint. Like a mint cream, like in the middle of your York patty. I want so bad to taste that. What am I? Let me get my hands cleared off a little bit. Boy, oh boy. Yep, that's why I put these off, because they're just messy. Messy. I don't know if I really want to make any peanut butter ones. Maybe I should. They go nice on a little tray. I think I should. I'm going to have to get this mint out of the way, though. Oh, my goodness. I take my creamy hand here. I'm going to get me a couple clean spoons here. And I'm going to taste it and see where it's at. Hi, Doris. I'm trying to make these mint buckeyes. That mint's coming out very good. The first time I stuck it in my mouth, I'm like, where's the mint? And then all of a sudden it shows up. It's like, I was late. Here I am. Get this powdered sugar. We don't want to waste any of it. Well, get out of there. That's my... Okay. Of course, I'd have to be left-handed. Well, I am not ashamed of being left-handed. That's funny because my husband's left-handed too. Okay, now I think we're getting somewhere with this. I'm just going to have to use this hand too. You can't do this stuff without making a mess if your name is Pamela. One more ought to do this. And I'm just going to dig down in here, get this all mixed up. And I think that'll do her. Yeah. You could really take this and make some mint peppermint patties or something, but I like doing the Buckeyes ball candy. That cabbage was very good last night that I made a tape of doing. Very good. Yeah, I think that's going to do her right there. But I got to get all that powdered sugar into that. And then I'll set it out on the board. See, just coming together without sticking. That's what I want. I want it to come together without sticking all over me. Yeah, it's starting to, see. Starting to. I like to go on YouTube and watch other people cook. Or Facebook. I just love watching people. That's all I ever watch on TV is people cooking. See, it's starting to come into a good ball. We can make one great big buckeye. How about that? Now I won't waste all my time doing this and then do that. You get off of my fingers onto there. And my fingers are clean. I promise you. I don't like anybody else that don't have clean hands to cook, and I don't do it either. Worked in the restaurants too many years in the nursing homes cooking. Your hands get worse so much they're chapped. Okay. So now we just had an 8-ounce block of Philadelphia cream cheese, 2 tablespoons of butter, and just take your take your powdered sugar and keep it up until it stops sticking on your hands, and that's what you do. Because I couldn't give you a direct measure because I didn't know how much it was going to take. You just judge that for yourself. Get this all done up. See, it's not sticking on my hands anymore. Matter of fact, what's on my hand is going on to that. What was it Mom used to make? She always said, pat it like a baby. It might have been a cookie recipe or noodles, I don't know. But you're supposed to pat it like a baby. Well, not that hard. If you got a baby, don't pat it that hard. Okay. I'll set that down there a minute. That's clean too. Let me put this over here. I got more pans over here. Or bowls. Try to wash this part off. I always use Dawn to clean my hands when I'm in the kitchen, because I don't go clear in the bathroom to wash them. I just use Dawn dishwashing liquid to wash my hands. So I did this about 15 years ago. I made this recipe up, and every time I made them, I just went by, you know, started with one thing of Philadelphia cream cheese and a couple tablespoons of butter, and done it that way. Let me see what we got here. I seen you doing that, Tanya, and I loved watching you doing that. I sat here and watched the whole thing. How you made how do you have patience? You need to go on her Tanya Marie Fugate on YouTube, because I don't know where she got her patience to do that. She made her own chicken, cream of chicken soup, her own gravy chicken, and her own Jiffy pie crust. She didn't use Jiffy, but she made that pie crust like that. Okay, let me sit you down here. So yeah, Tanya, I watched the whole thing. I watched you do your tree. I love the lights outside. I love in the summertime when you guys have your gardens and stuff like that. It's just good down-home stuff is what it is. Down-home stuff. Okay, now, I'm going to take this here, and I'm going to start pinching. Start pinching balls off. Doesn't sound right, did it? I'm going to take these and make balls out of them. And I don't want them very big, because I'm going to be putting chocolate around them. Either white chocolate or dark, I'm not sure. The dark makes a good, where's my towel? Makes good, like a peppermint patty. Or, you know, York peppermint patty is what it tastes like. And I don't have a little meatballer, so I can't do that. Okay. Where's that cleaning spoon at? There it is. Well, and two, I have this. I could probably use it. Where's my hands? Okay, just take that. Take some of that. That's going to make quite a bit. I remember my son Paul, he's my youngest son. Years ago I made buckeyes, and I made a bunch of them. Time I got done, my shoulders was hurting. And they got bigger and bigger as I went. They just kept getting bigger and bigger. He said, Mom, these would be good if they wasn't so big. Wash my hands off. What I'll do probably is I'll get some little sprinkles put on that, like for Christmas light. Hi, Maggie. How you doing? I wasn't even going to do these today. I was just going to work on peanut butter. Well, see, I'm already getting kind of funny about how these things are rolled. I used to have the boys, the grandsons, granddaughters, whoever was there. There, that's a better roll right there. They used to do them for me. We all sit around the table one year. I remember one year we all sat around the table. And they were rolling peanut butter balls for me. Yeah, there we go. I suppose it just had to set for a while. This is going in my mouth. Whoops, stay on your spoon. It's perfect. I think it is. That mint, you get it in your mouth, and then all of a sudden, that real peppermint pops. It didn't take much of it. It's all I had left, too. I put a little bit of that regular mint in it, pure mint. I bet you... Maggie, can I tell them a story about you when you lived on, might have been Three Locks, and it might have been the other house, but she always took shoe boxes, and she made all kinds of cookies and fudge, and she filled them little shoe boxes with goodies, mixed goodies. Well, every time Tom got his, it got lost. It got lost. I never seen it. It got lost somewhere. I think he kind of hid it in the bedroom somewhere. He always looked forward to that every year. Okay, these are coming out pretty good, really smooth, how I want them. You can see how smooth that is. You just gonna have to let them set a little bit. I can't see what y'all writing, but I'll check later. Piece of cake mix. Just slide, you know, not heavy, not pressure, just roll it around. This is going to make a lot more than I thought. Yeah, you just kind of go like this. You don't even put pressure on them. I'll lay these right in the freezer. And when they get froze, I'll put them in a bag. And then I'll get my little dipping thing out here I bought 2 of them last year. JC will be making her cake pops here soon. She'll make Christmas tree cake pops. She said she's going to make some over here this year. I kind of like to got her and made them bugle things, because that would have been another good craft for her. I might wait on that. Ah, smashed it. Shoot. See, they're getting bigger. When your muscles start getting work, they start getting bigger. Try this. Get you some real mint extract. Take you just a block of cream cheese and 2 tablespoons of butter, and just keep adding powdered sugar until it's consistency, the right where it doesn't stick on your hands, okay? You've seen it sticking on my hands, and all of a sudden it quit. Do that, and then let it sit for longer than I did. Let it sit for a few minutes, and then start rolling, and just barely. Now you can put green food coloring in this, like I said. But I think I'm just going to make it, you know, chocolate with mint in it. If I want to decorate it or make it Christmassy, I will put some kind of decent sprinkle. Not big, but I don't always sprinkle things a lot. I just, you know, enough to know it's there. It is easy, Maggie. It is easy. And I think that's something you and Sarah could really make. I just made this up about 15 years ago. I don't know why, or even how I started. I just wanted something different. Sometimes you'll sit there and think, and things will come to you, like that orange fudge I make. The way they make it out there, it ain't the way I make it. It's a lot easier. It's just, I had a dream that night when I lived on 506 South Market. I had a dream. I just got off work, night shift, and with Tom. And I sat there and went to sleep. As soon as I went to sleep, I had a dream about that candy. So I went to the store and got exactly what was in that dream. And I made it, and everybody loved it. It's an orange dreamsicle, but it's not like the other kind that they make. It's made differently. And I haven't made any of that for a while, but I'll share that recipe too. I'll wipe my hands every once in a while, make them feel better. They say, wipe me, wipe me, wipe me. I don't like sticky things on my hands or nothing like that. Okay. I think that'll be plenty enough. These will. Time I, that one's bigger too. Time I, you know, get the chocolate on them and all that. And you can even do white on, but I think I might put some white if I do the peanut butter ones. Like, I got lots of white chocolate. My gosh, I don't know what I was thinking last year. Hope it's still good. Maggie, would that still be good? It's never been open. Now we'll make these today, and I will freeze them, and then we'll dip them another day when I'm not doing so much of the other stuff. Next thing I'm going to do is chocolate mentha cream fudge. I will put some green coloring in the top white layer, and that was a big hit. So I'm trying to do the things that, like, everybody else just don't do all the time. Now, Nisha Smith made them peanut butter cookies with the kisses in the middle, and she put some little Reese cups in them too. I've never, ever made them. She said they're easy, but I've never made them, so I might try that. I might have to eat all the kisses out of them, but I'm going to try it. Just easy peasy. You want you want them smooth because you don't want them all cracky on top. That's another thing. I tried to make Christmas crack one year. Isn't it funny how you can do things that other people can't do, or it's hard for them? It's your techniques. But you try to make something that someone else makes, sometimes I can't. It didn't turn out. Let's just put it that way. I done everything the way it's said to do. It didn't turn out. I wasted my time. What I done wrong, I don't know. But I love that stuff. Who got me started liking that, Maggie, was Jennifer, Sam's wife. She brought some down there, and I thought, oh, I'm going to take that home with me. It was so good. And Sarah with them little foil pans with the cake in it. Tell I'm getting hungry, can't you? Get these done. I still got a lot more to do. That thing's not even hardly halfway down. We'll make a lot of mint buckeyes. So get prepared to roll, roll, roll. You could probably even put parchment paper down and flatten that all out and put like a chocolate on top or something if you want to make it that way, but I like it this way. Trying to get my friend Doris to come over and chat with me while we're doing something. Allie, you're too big. You just need to slow down there a little bit. He thought his name was Big Tex. We got a lot of snow here. But I see prints out there. There's a tomcat coming around here. I seen his print come around the house. He went up to our, whatever that thing's called, the railing. Then he went down. He went down the sidewalk and he went by the garage and over. So he's still prowling around. Ramp. You know, one thing I think is so funny that I cannot figure out. I will know stuff by heart in the Bible. And I just read it, I know it, and everything. But when the pastor says, go ahead and tell what that says, Pam. Go ahead and tell them what that says, that scripture. My mind goes blank every time. Every time it goes blank. Why? I don't know. Might be because you're always afraid you might give the wrong answer or something. I don't know. Okay. We're getting a lot of these. A lot. I think the longer it sits, the better it rolls. Trying to find some extra spaces here for them. supposed to pop that out of there. Ain't gonna do it. Making a mess here. Again. I'm getting back into things. I got out for so long. I didn't even put a tree up for a couple of years. I don't even think I did then. I might have put a little one up, but this year I'm going to put a 4-foot one up. I'm going to break the ice a little bit. I got 2 of the ceramic trees. One's white and one's green. I cleaned them all up and we put them in a tub, and Dan's been waiting on me to say, bring them in, honey, bring them in. I need them. So I did the other day. Get them out of the garage. So I hope everybody's getting ready for Christmas. I got a late start. I can't make myself do things sometimes like that. But once I get started, we all know that once you get started, you're all right. It's like, Pam, just get over yourself and get over whatever's ailing you in your mind and do this. Make some. So you could probably do some of these and really make some people happy. Make yourself happy too. These make beautiful, 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 beautiful little trays. Put some peanut butter buckeyes, these buckeyes, a couple pieces of peanut butter fudge and chocolate fudge. You know, I got it, the biggest Jif they had, and I got it a while back. Me and him's already got it. I don't know how much is in there now. And I do have to buy some more chocolate because I have a lot of peanut butter chips and white, and lots of marshmallows, but I don't have a lot of chocolate. I've got some melting chocolate I might use, but I don't have any chocolate. Just one thing of chocolate chips. Don't you get together now, because that's going to ruin everything. You'll stick together and then pull apart and half of you will go. So make sure that they're apart. Well, I think we got enough for one more. I'll dig down in there. We'll see how many we got then. That's going to be a big one. Don't want to waste any of it. That ain't going to be too bad. It'll be bigger when it's... Yeah, it's bigger than the rest of the guys there. Now, there's not a whole lot left. So guess what's going to happen? I don't like a spoon. Don't be disappointed if you make these, and when you stick that first in your mouth, it doesn't taste too many, because that mint will pop as soon as you bite into and take bites. It pops right up there. And you only need a teaspoon, probably, for that 8-ounce thing. A teaspoon of mint. Whoops. I made a pumpkin roll in my new pans. And I put one of these on it, and I went to take the pumpkin roll out, slid right off the pan and on the floor, not on the floor, on the table, busted. I thought, I'm going to fix that thing. I'm not doing all that work for nothing. So I fixed it with cream. So here we are. Mint buckeyes. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 12. About 50. If not quite there, we're there, you know. About 50 of them it'll make. It depends on how big or little. Because remember, when you do these and you put your coating on it, it's going to make them bigger. So you might want to do them pretty small, like my first one. Like that. Like that. Not like this. Last one's always bigger. So I'm just going to take this now and put it, set it right like that. I'm going to put some parchment paper over it. Kind of set it over the top. I need to take that off the stove. Boy, wouldn't that have been pretty on my new gas stove? That'd have busted open. Whoa. I'd say I give up, I'm done. So I'm just going to set this over the top of them and set them down in the freezer. Just kind of lay that like that. And this is what I got for the melting pot. I thought it was a little bigger, but they're not. And I just put them back in the box when I get done. And I got 10 of these pans. That was a Temu purchase, which I'm not on there anymore, but that was a purchase I got. And they're not bad, okay? And they got lids to them that stay on. So I'm thinking about making some, I'm going to put parchment paper down or foil. I usually put foil. When I make fudge, that way I can pull it up out of there. And I don't have to, dig it out of the pan. I pull it up out with the foil or parchment paper. Lay it out on the board and cut it. And then it'll go back in. So that might be something I'm going to do there. Hi, Bob. Yeah, it's good. So these pans, I mean, they were very cheap. But I like them. And I got a big one too. But I got 10 of these. One pack is not opened yet. They come in a pack of 5. Pretty good. I mean, for your fudges and candies and all that good stuff. And they didn't take long to get here. I've had them in there though. So I got that going on this year. And the mint buckeyes. Then I'm going to, what I do is I take 2 pots, put them on the stove, and I make 2 fudges at once. I know how to, I've done it so many years, I know I can do that. And then what I do is I put a bottom layer on and I hurry up and put the top layer on of the fudge. It's 2-layer mentha, chocolate mentha cream fudge. And it'll have this mint in it. And it's like the other, but it's got a little bit of a different taste. There goes that loud, whatever they call that thing. Okay, now, I'm going to get off of here. Let me see. Let me go put this in there. I got so much in the little freezer. The big freezer's out in the garage. 30 cubic foot, but I'm not going out there and putting anything in it. I save enough room in here. Let me put my laptop up. I FaceTime Paul a bit ago. Yeah, I think I got room here. Boy, look what I found in there. Fat Boy Jr. I'll put it back in there. I promise. So I've got cookies made. I got 2 bags of these made in the freezer. These are for Mary Lou and JC. And I'm going to give them a bag so that she can icing them. Let me put these in there. Okay. They'll just lay right top of everything else. I'll leave them in there for 2 to 3 hours and just let them freeze all the way through. And I do have a mess. Look at all this stuff I got out here to do. And then a cart full of stuff. Fiona, if you see this, I still got the eyeballs on that thing. On that cart. It's full of stuff to make. And I bought these raisins because I was wanting to make some oatmeal raisin bars. So I got to look up my recipe for that. Bob, you ought to try to make them. They're really good. Real good. And I got my dishes over there. I got things piled up. This kitchen did not look like this last night. I promise you, it did not look like that. So I'll show you this when I start to do them, but I don't think I'm going to be dipping them tonight. I've got to make the peanut butter balls. So that means I'm going to clean up what I tore up and then clean it up again before I get to the other fudge. It is fun way making a mess. Yes, it is. But when you get it all cleaned up, Maggie, I'm like, I got it all cleaned up. Why do I want to make a mess? It's Christmas, Pam. You need to make a mess. So I'm getting back to it where I'm really getting into some things. Anyway, we will talk to you later, and I will look at your comments in there. I'm just running around an old flannel shirt today and a pair of jean shorts. I'm comfortable. Anyway, God bless you all. I love you all, and I pray for you all. Thank you.